In the dim light of a lonesome warehouse, fortunes have turned. Men who once swaggered in with guns and gusto now sprawl across the cold, unforgiving floor. Then we hear Deadpool.
Go ahead, say it. I know what you're thinking.
Another man lies on the ground, bloodied and in pain, his eyes wide with shock. The scene widens. We see Deadpool as he stands over a beheaded body, with another head on the ground, eyes wide in horror. He finishes his taunt.
A big fat one over the center of the plate.
A close-up of Deadpool's face, his eyes slightly narrowed, ready to deliver his punchline.
Is there a doctor in the house?
We flash back to an earlier moment where Deadpool sings a song while gazing at himself in a mirror. He makes a joke about Halloween, noting how his hands were bloody from punching concrete. As he gets back to business, he finds a flyer for the Mercenary of the Year contest, which offers a year's subscription and $200,000 in cash and prizes. 1 hour later, Deadpool arrives at Veto's self-storage, noting the obviousness of the location and commenting on how the prize money could buy a lot of top ramen. Deadpool walks into a room with a confident,
"Howdy, fellows.
Did he just say fellows?
Is this where the auditions are being held?"
Can you believe they bring us all the way out to Newark to do this crap? Take a load off, pal. They'll be out soon to bring us in.
The man continued to praise Deadpool, mentioning his reputation and calling him a legend, but Deadpool downplayed the compliment, humorously questioning what comes just below a legend. Suspicion grew as Deadpool noticed the man's intense gaze. He questioned why the man was looking at him like that, and sensing trouble, he asked if there was a problem. Deadpool's suspicions were confirmed as the man in the fur collar became defensive. The tension quickly escalated into a physical confrontation. Deadpool, always quick on his feet, drew his knife and engaged in a fierce fight. He deftly handled the attackers, using his agility and combat skills to overcome them. In the midst of the chaos, Deadpool stabbed the man in the fur collar, while another henchman tried to intervene. Deadpool responded with precision, incapacitating him with a swift kick. The man in the fur collar, now wounded and struggling, attempted to fight back, but was no match for Deadpool's speed and skill. Deadpool disarmed him, ensuring he couldn't retaliate further. Another henchman, trying to shoot Deadpool, was too slow. Deadpool easily dodged the attack and countered with a well-placed stab, causing the henchman to collapse. Continuing his relentless assault, Deadpool took down the remaining thugs, leaving a scene of chaos and defeat. Standing among the fallen, Deadpool surveyed the aftermath with a sense of dark satisfaction. The scene transitions back to the first page, where Deadpool had confidently entered the room, setting the stage for the violent encounter that followed. His actions now explained, the earlier tension and taunts make sense in the context of the brutal showdown that ensued. Amidst the aftermath of the brutal fight, a man in a white suit appeared, clapping slowly. He acknowledged Deadpool's impressive skills, referring to them as serious Black Ops, ninja-level prowess. Deadpool, ever cautious, quickly pointed his weapon at the newcomer, demanding answers. The man, clearly unarmed and seeking to avoid any harm, assured Deadpool that he meant no threat. He expressed his interest in hiring Deadpool, explaining that it wasn't easy to find someone of his caliber through ordinary means. Thus, he had orchestrated this elaborate scenario to test Deadpool's abilities. Deadpool, still skeptical, asked if the dead bodies around them were also part of this test. The man admitted that those henchmen were merely there to rough Deadpool up, ensuring he truly was as formidable as his reputation suggested. No one was supposed to get seriously hurt. Deadpool, realizing the plan had clearly gone awry, pointed out the failure of the intended scenario. The man, somewhat resigned, acknowledged that things hadn't gone as planned, nervously admitting his mistake. The man in the white suit, clearly unnerved, tried to calm Deadpool, asking him to lower the gun. Deadpool kept his weapon trained, insisting the man explain himself. The man confessed that he was in deep trouble with a dangerous bookie, a ruthless killer who had threatened his entire family if he didn't pay up. Desperate and out of options, he turned to Deadpool for help. Deadpool asked what the man wanted from him. The man revealed that he wanted to hire Deadpool to kill the bookie and chop him into pieces to feed his cats. Deadpool, with a mix of sarcasm and genuine advice, noted the man's clear anger issues. Frustrated, the man tried to negotiate, promising payment. Deadpool, unimpressed, began to walk away, dismissing the offer as a waste of time. In a final bid to secure Deadpool's help, the man offered $500,000 up front and another $500,000 upon completion of the job. Intrigued by the substantial sum, Deadpool paused, considering the offer as the man desperately tried to seal the deal. Deadpool questioned the young man's ability to pay. The man explained his wealthy background, mentioning his billionaire father and trust fund. Deadpool asked why he didn't ask his father for the money, and the young man admitted his gambling problem prevented it. He offered himself as collateral, promising his father would pay any ransom. Deadpool, still skeptical, warned him of dire consequences involving leeches. The young man, desperate, tried to reassure him. Deadpool humorously imagined a scene from Smokey and the Bandit, but quickly refocused on the plan to kidnap the young man to secure the money, blending his dark humor with strategic thinking. That night in Harlem, Deadpool makes his way through the streets. As he passes by locals, they look at him with curiosity. Deadpool moves with purpose, ignoring the stares and continuing on his mission. He enters an apartment building, navigating the corridors until he reaches a specific door. Without hesitation, Deadpool kicks the door in with a loud crash, ready for whatever lies on the other side. Deadpool kicks in the door, only to find himself facing an unexpected and intense explosion that engulfs the building in flames. As the building erupts, he quickly realizes the gravity of the situation. Thrown back by the blast, Deadpool crashes through debris, uttering a frustrated curse. He spots a person in danger and rushes to help, but the explosion's aftermath is chaotic. Despite his best efforts, the person succumbs to their injuries. Amid the rubble, Deadpool tries to process the devastation. A nearby bystander, witnessing the destruction, frantically calls for help, urging others to dial 911. Deadpool, visibly affected by the incident, regroups, ready to continue his mission amidst the chaos and destruction. Frustrated and angry, Deadpool vowed to make those responsible pay. Moving swiftly, Deadpool infiltrated another building, seeking answers. He demanded to know the whereabouts of the kid, Conrad, from a cowering man. The man, confused and scared, claimed ignorance and suggested speaking to Mr. Veto. Deadpool, realizing he was losing his focus, decided he needed to clear his head. He ordered the man to stand up and apologized for the scare, preparing to confront Mr. Veto to get the answers he needed. Deadpool is at the bar called Knockers, enjoying his drink and food. The blonde waitress asks if there's anything else he'd like. Deadpool's mind wanders and he imagines himself saying he can think of a couple of things, while his inner voice calls him a perv. In his daydream, Deadpool finds himself at a wedding, dressed in a tuxedo, standing next to the waitress in a revealing wedding dress. They're surrounded by superheroes like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Spider-Man, all attending the ceremony. Deadpool eagerly agrees to consummate this bad boy already. Snapping back to reality, Deadpool realizes he was daydreaming. The waitress notices his distraction and asks if he's all right. Deadpool, masking his wild thoughts, responds that he's good, ready to move on from his brief mental vacation. What is he going to say next? Could Deadpool be thinking about this new plan of settling down and getting married? After all, even the Merc with a mouth might be yearning for something more than endless chaos and bloodshed. Could it be that behind all the wisecracks and violence, Wade Wilson is considering a quieter, more settled life? With his unpredictable nature, anything is possible. Maybe he'll surprise us all by popping the question to the waitress, or perhaps he'll dive headfirst into another outrageous adventure that will make us question his sanity even more. Whatever happens, one thing is for sure: Deadpool's journey is far from over. Stay tuned to see what happens next in the wild and wacky world of Deadpool.